God's direction, finding purpose within the unexpected seasons. We usually map out our lives with rigid expectations. We pick the career, the city, and the timeline, building a mental architecture of how the future should unfold. When a health crisis or a sudden relocation dismantles that architecture overnight, the result is a profound sense of disorientation. This disorientation reveals a much deeper crisis, the realization that we have been placed in a desolate setting that we would never have chosen for ourselves. In October 1915, Oswald Chambers found himself abruptly relocated at 41 years old. He was sent to Zaytun Camp, a desolate stretch of sand 6 miles north of Cairo, defined by its isolation and heat. Chambers was thrust into the mechanical reality of the First World War, surrounded by troops preparing for immediate, high-stakes combat. How should you respond when God drops you into a desert that looks nothing like the life you planned? Chambers chose to view the isolation and dust of the camp as a glorious opportunity. His diary reveals an eagerness to see what God would engineer within that vacuum. Divine engineering treats a desolate season as a highly calibrated environment, specifically designed by God for a purpose we cannot yet see. Recognizing God as the designer of our current geography removes our right to complain about where we have been placed. Proverbs 3:5-6 describes a strict relationship between opposing actions. First, the challenge. We must stop leaning on our limited understanding, letting our logic fragment and dissolve. Then, the comfort. As we set aside our plans, God assumes responsibility for directing our daily path. Chambers found peace in the desert because he surrendered his desire for a map and relied instead on God's compass. Trusting this process is not the same as passive resignation. Instead, it demands high-energy, active engagement. Devotion means stopping the wait for a better time and pouring your heart into the gritty work directly in front of you. As we actively trust Him with our current geography, we find that He assumes responsibility for the path ahead. True devotion means focusing entirely on the life God has already engineered for you today. Take a moment now to find a quiet posture for reflection. Lord, may I love and serve you with all my heart where you have placed me. As we trust in God, He directs our steps. Amen.